Hey guys and gals, Shane Stevenson, Director of Museum Collections Curator here at the Buffalo Naval Park. Just showed you again the shamrock on the quarterdeck, the Sullivans. It's the only ship in the Navy with "the" in its namesake. So that got me thinking. Many times when I started here, I heard it's the only ship in the Navy named after more than one person. And I said, well, that certainly cannot be true, as the cap that I'm wearing testifies, which I will talk about in a little bit. So that kind of got me going down the path a little bit of other ships in the Navy named after more than one person. What does separate DD-537 USS The Sullivans and DDG-68 is the catastrophic loss of one generation of family all at once. And that's the separator. For the ones that I'll be talking about, what you're going to learn is that it's intergenerational. What eventually turns out to be a grandfather, father, son, two brothers, son, McCain, Admiral from World War II, son, grandson, Senator John S. McCain. But with the Sullivans, catastrophic loss all at once, all five. Only 3 families in World War II lost 5 sons. Sullivans being the only one all in the same evening. Alright, so this is going to be a dense video. I've got my notes. So let's just steam away. Alright, so we're first looking at USS Stevens. 2 ships named after the Stevens family. The first one is DD-86, a Wicks-class destroyer. Served from 1918 to 1936. That was named for Thomas H. Stevens, alright, who served aboard practically every vessel in the Continental 1812 vessel. My gosh, the USS Hornet, Constitution, USS President, USS John Adams, and then the USS Trippi during the Battle of Lake Erie. So DD-86 is named after him. Again, goes out of service in 1936. World War II begins. Fletcher-class destroyer DD-479, USS Stevens. Interestingly, one of 3 vessels with the Pringle and the Halford that was constructed with a catapult and a reconnaissance plane on it. So her configuration was a reconnaissance plane configuration. Now that Fletcher class is named after Thomas H. Stevens, the first, and then his son, who was Rear Admiral Thomas H. Stevens, Jr. So DD-86 Wicks, just named after eventually the dad, and then DD-479, the Fletcher, now intergenerational father and son. Now let's focus on the John Rogers, okay? A lot to this. There are a total of 6 vessels constructed under the John Rogers name. And these are intergenerational, the 3 grandfather, father, son. Of the 6 ships, USS Rogers, which was a steam whaler, all right, in service from 1879 to 1881. Unique story. I don't go into it too much, but they were exploring. There was a fire. The crew got stranded on what turned out to be the Russian side of the Bering Strait in what's called the St. Lawrence Bay. There was then the USS John Rogers, a lighthouse tender, all right, 1917 to 1919. Torpedo Boat 1, which is a Foote-class torpedo boat, 1898 through 1919. Now we're getting into a Clemson class, DD-254, 1919 to 1940. Then you have a Fletcher, right, DD-574, in service from 43 to 46. And then to wrap up the namesake John Rogers, a Spruance class DD-983, 1979 to 1998. And again, 3 generations, grandfather, father, son, for that clan. What I find interesting is that for the Stevens, Fletcher, and the John Rogers Fletcher, they were commissioned before USS The Sullivans. So again, the Sullivans went into service the 30 September 1943. The Stevens went into service 1st of February 1943. The John Rogers went in the 9th of February 1943. So even just about 2 months before USS The Sullivans launching, and then commissioned in September of 43. So in addition now, we can talk about the Porter family. All right, 1812, Revolution times, and American Civil War. That was a father and son. They have the Torpedo Boat 6, DD-59, DD-356, DD-678, and DD-800, all named after the father and son Porter family. The USS Nicholson, which was 2 brothers and a son and a grandson, all right, of one of the brothers. That's Torpedo Boat 29, DD-52, DD-442, and also DD-982. And then we'll wrap it up with John McCain. Originally, there was one ship named John S. McCain that was reclassified a few times. It was DD-928, then became DL Destroyer Leader 3, and then became DDG-36. And then the cap that I'm wearing, DDG-56, which is now the 3 generations of John S. McCain, with Senator John McCain being added after his passing. With my research, I'm sure I'm missing some families of intergenerational vessels and U.S. warships. But for the ones that I've highlighted here in this video today, they're all intergenerational. USS The Sullivans is the only one with one generation being wiped out in one evening. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for all of your support. It's greatly appreciated, and of course I enjoy getting to talk to you and comments and things like that. And we're getting very close to 10,000 subscribers and extremely close to 1 million views, which those are 2 benchmarks that Stephen and I are using that we are looking forward to reaching relatively soon. So please pass the word. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your donations. And we will see you again soon. Thanks so much, everybody.